what I mean?
But do you think that we're actually causing that by just spreading information about it?
No. I'm not suggesting that you're actually doing that. You're only going to accomplish that in so far as politics is concerned and each individual in the country is concerned in terms of what they want to buy into. Do you know what I mean? If I was, suppose I had a tendency towards Scientology, I would probably be doing research, know something about it, and some need inside me that, or some part inside me would be accepting it because that's what I want to accept. Do you know what I mean? And if you take that freedom away, you have to take it away in other aspects of society where there's freedom of choice, or in other religions. I don't, like I say, I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about Scientology. I've heard a few of Tom Cruise's comments. I completely disagree with them, but I'm not inclined to buy into any of that bull. So,
okay. Well,
you know,
all I ask is that you just research it.
I respect that you do have the right to demonstrate and state your case as much as they have the right to, you know, do the same thing. I don't agree that any cult or any group of people should be able to have a negative impact on society. But that's the world we live in, and if we take away that right here, if they're breaking laws, Canada has laws.
Yes.
And so they should be held accountable.
You can't always stop all the individuals from doing things. Like,
no,
for instance, if you like protest at Scientology and don't wear a mask, they might follow you. They might try and find out information about you and expose your secrets. If not, they'll expose lies and pretend that they're your secrets. And it's things like that that, like, although it's not really against the law, it's still immoral. It's by anyone else's standards, like any other religion, except for theirs, where they think that it's basically an us and them thing, which is one of the attributes of a cult, where you think that like everything that is true is coming from this leader, in their case L. Ron Hubbard, and anything that has come from someone else, which is even like the same teaching, they'll say that it's not from the source, it's not like that it's not the actual real thing, and that's why they try and prevent people from researching it elsewhere, because they say that, oh, well, all this other teaching that you find online, it's just a corruption of it, their teaching.
Like I said initially, you know, I can't argue any aspect of Scientology per se too much, because what I have heard about it I don't agree with. I would never buy into. But do I have the right to make that choice? Yes. Are a lot of things hidden, not out up front for innocent people to know about or be aware of? Probably, but that's the way it is in all religion, or in many aspects of politics. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Great corrupter.
If you go to like a church, like you said you are a Christian, like if you go to any church, you'll just see pews like filled with the Bible. Like you can go, you can read it, this is where the information comes from.
Yes.
And they'll even support any like opinions you have on it, like that aren't contradictory to it. And like people are able to have some thoughts to themselves, because the teachings don't really say this is exactly what's going on, but so you are able to have freedom to make any choice.
Like I tend to think, but I haven't spent time researching it, I haven't made it a life project, that you can never take away the right of an individual to think for himself. Even in a communist country where they have laws against religion, blah, 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 you can stop them from actively demonstrating or joining these groups or sects or cults or whatever.
Someone explain what just happened.
Okay, two guys in a car pulled up, tossed out candy for us, and yelled, "Candy for Anonymous."
Woo!
Yeah!
We're gonna cheer for free candy! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Alright, back to the conversation.
I run into that in Christian religion. I'm a Christian. I know that that Christianity is a fact. I know that Christ is a fact. I know that. I can't give that knowledge to anybody else. They have to come to that in their own time, in their own way. I don't go to Christian churches for the simple reason all Christian churches teach their own perspective on the holy teachings in the Bible. Have they perceived those writings as they were intended to be understood? Possibly, probably not. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So in a sense, even Christianity has some thoughts going out there to mass amount of people that may not be correct. So each individual has to come to his or her own understanding in accordance with their own self, their own mind, their own heart, their own spirit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what I think. Are we so stupid? Are we all so ignorant? A lot of people join Christian churches that may or may not be correct, and many differ in many different ways in terms of how to interpret the holy teachings. I don't buy into them because I don't agree with them. Why don't I agree with them? I never agreed with them. They didn't. Some of them didn't make sense to me. They still don't. They never will. But that's me. I'm allowed to think for myself, yet I am a Christian, though I do not belong to a particular sect of Christianity. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm not disputing that you have the right to demonstrate. I can respect that you believe your cause is worthy. And I haven't studied it enough to really say much more than, well, there is freedom of thought, freedom of decision.
Then go learn about as much as you want about it.
You know, I'm not putting you down.
No, that's fine.
I'm just sharing different ideas, that's all.
I'm completely fine with people who would be critical about me and what I believe.
Oh, I'm not critical about you. I don't know you. And I'm not even critical in a way about what you're doing, because you have the right to speak out for what you believe in. I'm just sharing my own ideas on the whole concept.
Yep.
But I have limited knowledge in terms of Scientology. Do you know what I mean? I can't argue any aspect of it because what I've heard about it I haven't agreed with anyway, you know, and I haven't made it a study for myself personally.
Well, thanks for your perspective.
That's all. That's all I'm doing is just sharing it.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.